Welcome to Catholic Mom Mindset, a daily show where you learn to walk closely with the Holy Spirit so you can live the life God is calling you to. I'm your host, Sterling Jaquith. Let us begin. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about what is the cost. You see, we have a lot of challenges in our lives. Sometimes we perceive them as roadblocks or obstacles. And we might even know what we need to do to overcome them. But we're not. Like at the moment, we're not overcoming them because we're not willing to pay the price of overcoming them. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you want a better relationship with your mother-in-law, if you want to enjoy your children more, there are solvable ways to achieve those three things. Pretty clearly. Like if I met anyone who had any of those goals, I would sit down with them and pretty quickly say, like, here are some very obvious things that we could do for you to lose weight, improve your relationship with your mother-in-law, or enjoy your kids more. Usually I find that knowing strategies or steps is not the problem. Usually it's that we just don't want to do it. And even if intellectually we want to do it, we find ourselves showing up in a way where we're not doing it. Right? So I think weight loss is such an easy example because we think, oh, I'd love to lose some weight, to have less weight on my body, to have more energy and feel healthier. And most of the time we know what we need to do in order to have a healthy body. And yet, because of the stress of the world, we often reach for food that isn't healthy for our body. We're not confused about what's happening. And in this moment, when I notice, I keep doing the thing that I say I do not want to do. Now I know as a life coach that it is because the price I'm paying to stay the same is not high enough to overcome the price I'd have to pay to do the thing. And with weight loss, I think for most of us, losing weight, sounds nice. Having more energy sounds nice. I'm not sure I really believe that. I'm already married, so I don't feel highly incentivized to look really great in a bikini. Not that I would wear a bikini anyway. And so the price of me staying my current weight is actually not very high in my mind. I'm doing just fine. I'm pretty happy. Now let's go to the mother-in-law example. Let's say your mother-in-law comes over often and is always bringing you food and gifts. She just brings things into your house. And you don't like it. But let's be honest. This is happening and everyone is alive. Your mother-in-law, she brings extra gifts and extra food. Maybe comes over unannounced. And you don't like it, but really it's just fine. And I think it's so important to acknowledge that. You're alive. That's why your brain is not that upset about it. Because if it felt really dangerous, if it felt like a big enough threat, you would take steps to overcome that. And enjoying your kids more. Let's say you have some young children and you don't really enjoy young children things and they don't speak a ton. And playing with them triggers thoughts in your mind that make you feel annoyed. That is totally fine. You are alive. You are living this right now, and it's fine. And I say this to give you compassion to yourself for not changing something. Because the truth is, it's just not painful enough to move you to action to change it. So the answer is, one, acceptance. Just being actually, I guess I am fine at this weight. I guess I am fine with the current relationship with my mother-in-law. I guess I am fine with the level of enjoyment that I have with my kids presently. That is totally an option for you. And I often lead my clients to these options. We try them on jackets. I don't tell them what to do, but I'll be okay, but could we just be fine with this? And sometimes they say, yes, And then immediately they stop worrying or chewing on the idea that they wanted it to be different. They feel relief. They feel so much more lightness. Or if we do want to change it, then we have to make the thing more painful in our minds. We have to desire change more than the price we have to pay to change. So you have to be very clear on what awesome things you'd get by losing weight. Or what kind of relationship would be possible with your mother-in-law? Because let me tell you, setting boundaries and telling her she can't bring over toys all the time, it's going to be extremely painful. That's why you haven't done it. But what do you get out of it? You have to be really clear. And you have to want that more than you don't want the discomfort of having that conversation with her. Training yourself to enjoy kid activities is uncomfortable. You can totally do it. But you have to be willing to pay the price. And so the problem has to be big enough for us to be willing to pay the price. So I want you to think about something in your life that you keep saying you wish was different, but it's not. And just ask yourself, is it okay if we just hang out here? Like, we could lose weight next year or repair the relationship with the mother-in-law next year. This is really important right now. Just be honest with yourself and bring the Lord into it. And then decide, can I view this problem in a more painful way to spur me into action, to be willing to pay the price of discomfort that will be required to grow through this issue? All right, you guys, I hope that's helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Mom Mindset. To learn more about growing closer to the Holy Spirit, check out our free resources at madeforgreatness.co. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.